This one's crazy. Just in the title. Holy cow, it's a short one. My boyfriend, 21M, said I need to learn a lesson for not listening to him. Excuse me, Tomo, you can't just be in the chords, okay? Holy cow. Tomo in the chords. Are you in the chords? I met my boyfriend Liam 5 years ago during an after-school project. We became really close friends and started dating 1 year ago because he told me he's had feelings for me for a long time and wanted... Okay, so you're in high school. That's fine. I don't want to read this. You're just a little kid. I get you're 19, but this is not... These aren't... I know that they're not in high school now, but 19, they're basically in high school. They might be in their second semester of college. They're in high school. I'm sorry to tell you, okay? Just they're not enrolled in a high school, but the stage of their life is still high school, okay? I'm not saying they don't have real problems. I'm just saying this is probably not a real problem when viewing it through an adult lens, okay? A few months ago, he told me he gets really uncomfortable with me skateboarding. You see what I'm saying here? This is not something that happens to couples in their 30s, and it's not just because if we fell down on a skateboard, we'd probably suffer a more grievous injury than, these little kids who are still elastic, essentially. He wants me to stop skateboarding because he was afraid I would get hurt. Skateboarding has been one of my hobbies that my big brother got me into since I was a little girl, and there was nothing that would deter me from doing it. It's one of those things in life that makes me happy and exhilarated. Earlier this week, I broke my leg and got a grade 3 concussion while attempting a new trick on the skateboarding ramp. Well. Ooh. I'm still in the hospital. My boyfriend has refused to come visit me. He said he's warned me and I need to learn my lesson for not listening to him, so next time I will obey him because he's always right. My best friend and my family have all visited me, and my mother and big brother have stayed in the hospital with me most of the time. And I get it. I didn't heed his warning, but he could have at least come and seen me and asked how I'm doing. Shouldn't he still care? Obviously, he's insane, but he is also 21. I'm not saying you should forgive him. I'm just saying this is what happens when you date a 21-year-old boy. Now, you're a 19-year-old girl, so I get it. But at the same time, no, he's obviously the asshole. 21 is young. Get out of here. I was going to say it's too old to be doing stuff like this. But you're probably, if you're 21 right now and you're I'm smarter than this guy, that's probably true. But you're probably doing some fucked up stuff that you don't even know about. Your ass probably letting 8 plastic containers of spinach turn into green juice in your refrigerator every week, and then you're throwing them out, and then when you go to the grocery store the next time, you're oh, I need spinach because I had to throw out the spinach, and then just rinse and repeat. You'll probably do that shit for 6 more years. It's crazy. It's just irrational behavior. I have irrational behavior as a 34-year-old as well, but it's not this. That's crazy. Go to hell, you asshole. I'm not saying if you're 21, you're stupid, okay? I'm just saying you will look back on yourself in 10 years and be holy fuck, I was stupid. You might be the smartest 21-year-old you know. I was stupid when I was 21 too. You just your brain... I know it's insulting to be your brain's not fully developed, but you should take advantage of that because if you tried pulling this shit when you were 40, someone would shoot and kill you. If you do that at 21... you got a few more years, you can still get away with it without it being an indictment of your character. What's the irrational behavior here? Him telling her that, him refusing to visit his girlfriend in the hospital because he told her that she would get hurt. Even if, take it from a 34-year-old, okay? If I told my wife not to do something because she might get hurt, and then she did it and she got hurt, I would be the first person to go to the hospital. And I would say, oh my God, are you okay? And then she would talk. And then I would be well. You got to do the first part. You got to be sympathetic because this is the person that you're supposedly in love with. I'm in love with my wife. These two are 19 and 21. Who knows what's going on there, right? She might be my boyfriend's an asshole. I can't believe I'm going to spend the rest of my life with him. I don't know how you think at that age. It's been a long time since I've been there. It's irrational. I know that much. I mean, if you're in your 30s and you're I told you not to do, your spouse, you're I told you not to do something. and then they do it and they're in the hospital and you're like petty enough to not visit them because of that, like you're just stupid. I'm cutting this kid some slack. If they were 45 years old, we'd say throw him out with the trash or whatever they say on Twitter whenever a man, I don't know, roots for the Washington Wizards. Anyway. On X, sorry, let that sink in. The word obey is a massive red flag to me here. Yeah, but you know, his lack of care and empathy is also very unpleasant. You think if you get injured and end up being in the hospital for multiple days and your boyfriend doesn't come visit you, that's a bit of a red flag? I'd say it's probably a bit of a red flag if the person that's supposed to, go to bat for you in almost every situation doesn't show up to the hospital when they could show up to the hospital, but instead they just are using it as a chip to win an argument. Are you prepared to never skateboard again? Once you stop skateboarding, your boyfriend will find a new thing to stop you from doing. This isn't even, why is nobody saying he's an asshole for coming to visit you in the hospital or for not coming to visit you in the hospital? Red flag, red flag, red flag. He's showing his true colors here. Listen to them. I also participate in the dangerous sport, horse jumping. Never has he asked me to stop doing what I love. Heck, he dropped everything and took me to get x-rays when I hurt my ankle so bad I couldn't walk. Then helped me around the house as much as possible. This sounds familiar. Is this the same person? This girl definitely poops. I'm shitting.